I was thinking this morning about praise and worship. And as always, if you're not a Christian, feel free to scroll or stick around. But why does God ask us to praise and worship Him? I remember being a non-believer and thinking that seems so arrogant. Praise me, worship me. But then I started thinking about it from the heart of a creator. And as with nearly everything in this planet, there's a good version and a bad version. We can see this with kids. You can praise your kids poorly, and you can praise your kids authentically. I don't think God wants us to praise and worship Him because it does something for His ego. I think He asks us to do that because in that time, in that moment, we remember who He is. We can remember that He is for us. We can remember that we are created by Him and He is in control. We can surrender our fears to the one who is omnipresent. We can surrender our past to the one who walked that road with us. We can surrender our future knowing He's there. It's not for Him. It's for us. I spend two types of time with my kids. I spend time as their mother, and I spend time as their mom. And as their mother, I walk through life telling them what they need to get done, showing them rules, walking them through life, ensuring that they're safe. But I also spend time with them as their mom, enjoying them, laughing together, telling jokes, playing tag, swimming in pools, jumping on trampolines. And both of those things are important. It's important to continuously remind them what they need to get done, to remind them of the rules, to show them the guidelines of life. But it's also important to build that relationship with them. And I think that's a direct mirroring of what God calls us to. It's both learning about His character and the guidelines that He's given us for how to navigate this planet that He's created. And at the same time, remembering who we are in Him and that He wants a relationship with us and that there is fellowship, and praising the fact that there is grace and there is mercy and that we're not expected to be perfect, but we are expected to bring our broken parts so that He can make them whole. Praise and worship is not to remind Him who He is. He already knows that. Praise and worship is to remind ourselves who He is. My morning worship has involved a lot of Rend Collective Experiment recently, and one of my favorite songs by them is Every Giant Will Fall. I could sing it over and over and over again, because it just reminds me what God can do. It reminds me that we walk around in a world of Goliaths, and we're trying to grow into the character of David to be able to slay those giants. So when I sing that song, worshiping, I'm reminded that the power does not come from my own hands. It comes from walking with God, walking in His wisdom and His character. And I can so very much see why I thought worship was insane when I was an atheist. It didn't make any sense to me. But now as I stand as a believer, I realize how much it fuels me, how much it grows me, and truly what an honor it is. I thought that was something good to chew on today. Also good to think about the places that we're worshiping that we shouldn't be. But that's another video.